All right, guys, welcome back to another interview on mmaunhinged. I'm joined by Super Shane Campbell. How's it going?
Oh yeah, I'm all good, bro. I'm all good. Thanks for having me on as well, man. How you doing?
Absolute pleasure. I'm doing very good. It's an absolute pleasure to have you on. I know we caught up a little bit over PFL Europe, and you were like, Len, you got to get me on, bro.
Oh, God, man. God, it's been too long, bro. It's been too long, and obviously, it's like I've disappeared as well. Like, do you know what I mean? But I need to let everyone know I'm still around, still getting work done.
We got to get you back on that scene. I know it's been a long time since you last fought, almost 10 months, I believe. And
Yeah,
you're probably itching. I see it on your Instagram all
uh,
the time. Just call
yeah,
me. I'm ready.
yeah, bro. It's been mad frustrating. Like, I can't even explain. Like, I have coaches like coming in, asking questions. What's going on? Like, bro, I've been here. I'm just getting ready. Like, I'm training, getting ready. Then little things are getting in the way as well. Like, obviously, I corner coach like a few teammates and that. So I'm away. Then obviously, I was away for PFL Europe as well. So that gets in the way of me training. So then I have to pick fights that are around the schedule time and that suits me so I can get a good camping as well. So, but here we are. I got a good period of time now. Hopefully, we get something before July.
Yeah, it happened to me before. We were just talking before we went on air, and I was talking about Rise of Champions. And if it's
Yeah,
still happening, you could get
yeah,
yourself on the show.
yeah,
Be like,
yeah,
Brad,
yeah,
give me a nudge.
yeah. I know. Like all these things, it's just funny, man. It just I don't even know what to say. So much has changed now, and it feels like it's hard to get a fight.
Yeah, yeah, I completely understand. If you look at obviously the shows that we have, most of them there's not too many really in the UK.
No, or they're all at the same time.
All at the same time, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got some good shows. You've got Almighty, Cage Steel. That could be an
yeah,
opportunity. Cage
yeah,
Steel,
yeah,
and most shows as well. They don't really have amateur fight. Not sorry, professional fights on.
yeah.
Most are just full of amateurs or whatever. So there was meant to be a card in London the other week. Louis Sutherland was it? Nathan Rose was on it. That could have been. I forgot. It might be Fight Star.
It was. Again, the timing of it wasn't great because of I think the timing of it wasn't great.
Yeah,
I
pretty
had other
much.
stuff going
Somehow.
on, and I was like, all right, cool, it ain't gonna work now. And then I think I put my name down, and then yeah, it was just all over the place. And then I knew the week after I was gone. Yeah, it was just mad. But yeah, I heard that fight was. I didn't see that fight, but I heard it was pretty good.
I think it got the last. I think lucky he didn't get booked. I think the week of the event it got called off. I think it got scrapped.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not too sure what happened. I can't remember, but the week of the event it got scrapped. Anyway,
yeah, yeah,
let's talk about your fights.
yeah, yeah.
About 10 months ago, you went over to fight in Cyprus against Konstantinos. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm
Yeah.
absolutely terrible at pronouncing the name.
Constantino.
Konstantinos. About
Yeah,
10 months ago, it was a
yeah,
rematch. It was back-to-back fights. Talk to
yeah,
me, obviously, about the rematch first. Obviously, going over to fight in Cyprus. I know we talked about it a little bit. You know Cyprus a lot. You have family over there. But what's
yeah.
the experience over there going over to fight this time instead of seeing family?
Oh no, it was a wicked experience, and I feel like it put like something in my head. Like I actually enjoyed it. I love traveling anyway. If anyone knows me, I like traveling. So to travel to go and do something I love made it even better. Do you know what I mean? Only thing is though, like when you go abroad, you need to like everyone knows this. You just have to have your A game on, so it goes your way in a fight. Do you know what I mean? Not saying nothing, but I've heard these things before, and in other countries as well for other shows. If you go abroad to fight, you go and fight and show them you've won this fight. That's the only thing like different from fighting in the UK.
Yeah, and it was obviously, as I talked about, the first fight was a split decision. Should have gone your way. It
Yeah,
was ridiculous. We talked about that a little bit, but obviously the decision to rematch him. We don't really see it a lot. Obviously, at the level at professional when you're trying to come up, we don't see
yeah,
a lot of back-to-back rematches. We usually see them tend to rematch, at a later stage or whatever.
yeah,
But was the decision to rematch him because you felt so strongly that you won that first fight?
yeah. Like if to be honest, it wasn't like I wanted the rematch anyway, but the organization was like, nah, you could have a rematch like straight away. It wasn't actually just me. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, Brad Ash got on the phone literally straight after I got out of the cage. They were like, what's going on here? They tried to overturn it and that, but then the best they could do was like the organization were like, yeah, we'll give you a rematch and yeah, we'll do what you do in the rematch. So yeah, I was always up for it, and I was, like I said, I was so angry, like I was fuming, like it felt I can't even explain it.
And
It
then
spoiled my trip
the
at the start because I stayed
mhm.
there as well, and I was like, I don't even want to be here no more. I want to go. Yeah,
I just want to go home. Who wants to go home to London?
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the rematch definitely went your way. Should obviously you got the nod that night, and the judges were kind of watching. They weren't watching the right fight that time, but the first
Yeah,
fight they wasn't.
yeah, yeah,
Was obviously you talked about the anger. Did you kind of use that? You know, obviously not to be emotional in the fight, but did you kind of use that heading into the fight to make sure you get on the right side of the scorecard?
yeah, 100%. And again, I can say that first fight did like ignite something, and it just how can I say, showed me something different in it. So it put me in a different mindset going into any fight now. So even my training, I do push a bit harder now because of what happened in certain positions. So for example, the first fight I was on the ground. Maybe I didn't do much, but I was controlling. I was winning on the feet anyway. But now, when I'm on the ground, I'm literally finish. In my head, I want to get out of this. I want to fight. So my mum always says as well, she goes, you go there, you're not going there to play around, you're not training, you're going there to fight, so go and fight. And I've always kept that for that whole time. I just kept that in my head. Even when I was walking out, I was like, well, he wasn't that good in the first place. Now I'm going to fight. I'm going to finish it. I thought I was going to finish him though. That's the only thing I'm not happy about with the fight. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, that was a perfect segue into my next question. At a few points, there was times that you looked like you were going to finish it. I think at one point, the round ended and it kind of like struggling to get up a little bit, and I was thinking,
Yeah, yeah,
it was awkward. So,
yeah. The
um,
first round
I,
that
I,
was.
yeah. Obviously, you put on the beating on in that first round. It was fantastic. The second round, same thing, and obviously the third round, you got the decision. It was a
Yeah,
fantastic
yeah,
fight. But I'd love to get your take on your overall performance now, almost a year on. I know it's not kind of fresh on your mind, but
yeah,
how
yeah,
did you kind of feel about the performance? And now we're reflecting on it. How do you feel? Maybe how could you have done better if you're looking back on it on a positive mindset?
yeah. The performance was, yeah, it was good. It was a lot more aggressive and a lot more of how I want. I'd say my style really is. At times, composure was a bit all over the place. Obviously, I got caught in the second round rushing in,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
again because of I knew that I left him hurt in the first round because he kind of wobbled back to his corner. So I was like, okay, cool, let me go back in. And then I got too aggressive, caught open, and he landed a good shot. First round as well. Going back to the first round, if you remember, I had him against the fence and I tried a new trip that I was nailing a lot in training. And then I pulled him on top of me again because I think I had a little bit of a rush of blood. I was in a fight like it's a real life situation now. So I'm like, okay, if I don't do it, I'm gonna be pissed. If I do it and I land it, I'm gonna be happy. Fuck it, let's try it. So I tried it, but as I'm doing it, I just knew that straight away I've missed his leg. I've done it wrong, and it's also a suicide move as well. But I was, like I said, I'd nail it loads. I was even drilling it in the back. But I'm happy that like I showed improvement of obviously me giving up my back and then coming out on top and then finishing the round in dominant position. So that's one of my I'm really happy with how that round did go, bar that part where I pulled him on top of me. Because even at the start, I was like, what an idiot. Like, I was like, not again. I just done that. And I was even telling myself at the time, like, I really pulled everyone out here for a rematch and I've just done this. But yeah, other than that, like that, I listened to my corner pretty well. Third round, going for the finish as well. And I think if I had like another 10 seconds, 20 seconds, the ref would have probably stopped it. So that's mainly about it, really. Yeah. So I was happy with it.
And then obviously it went to the scorecards again. I know it was a much obviously a better performance. It was clear as day that you had won this fight, but fight, sorry. But when you went to the scorecards and the judge were reading out, was there a sense of maybe deja vu in the back of your head?
Not in the slightest, because at the start, I actually thought he pulled me off because I actually was just going ham. And then I go, oh, did you stop it? So that's how like I was like, oh, he stopped it. Do you know what I mean? And then so I thought I was winning. You could even see on my body language. I was even kind of like dancing at the start, and I was like, there's no way on earth could anyone say anyone else has won. Like, to me, he literally done nothing in the fight this time. Like, the first time he landed a few leg kicks. Again, I made a little change. I do switch stances now and again. I came out southpaw in that fight. So that took away his leg kicks in the first, straight away. So there was literally nothing he did in that fight, bar me making that mistake. He come on top, and then he landed one shot in the second round. So I was like, what? How? There's no way possible anyone can say anything.
Absolutely agree. I thought it was a really good fight. You showed a lot in that fight. Obviously, getting back up. Obviously, coming back and winning that third round. Even that second round, yeah, there's an argument as well. I know he dropped you, but you got back on top and you were still landing them blows. So it was a fantastic fight. And in the first round, obviously, there's no argument anywhere for him. So, but yeah, it was a fantastic fight. Obviously, I'm obviously looking forward to seeing your return. But I just want to quickly ask you. You wanted you wanted a busy 2022, and obviously, unfortunately, didn't really come to fruition, did it?
Bro, I have no idea what happened. I can't even explain. I thought I was going to have 4 fights. I had 2 with the same person. Like, they was meant to have another show in October. So I think my mind was set on that. Then they just didn't go with their show anymore. And then I was trying to pick up any show that I had. Cage Warriors Academy, or Cage Warriors Southeast it is. I was going to try and get matched for that. And then I got sent someone, and Brad was like, you haven't been training to the fullest. Like, wish I knew. I was trying to take it on short notice, but I was trying to go with what I said. I wanted a busy year. So having Brad on my side corner is good, because of maybe that might not went my way and it would have been my fault for rushing. Do you know what I mean? So I think after the summer, I think I did drop off a bit with the training. I think I didn't pick up any niggling injuries, but I wasn't training as much as I was at the start of the year. And then obviously I was helping my teammate as well for her fight in Bellator in Milan. That was October as well. So that whole period was a bit all over the place. So then when it got me back, time for me to start training back in, like, I was finding a show in December. I was like, come on, need set December. But I was rushing. Oh yeah, the summer I was with PFL for 2 weeks as well. So that's why my training dropped off. So yeah.
I kind of sense the frustration a little bit, because obviously it's been a long time, 10 months away from the cage. In an ideal world, I know Brad Pitt, as you talked about, Brad Pitt doesn't want to rush you into anything, but in an ideal world, when would you like to return? I know you just talked about there, you picked up that PFL Europe job, but in an ideal world, when would you like to be waking that ring walk again?
In sometime by the end of May, mid-May, end of May. Yeah. So it's funny because I set goals this year, because I wasn't happy with how the end of the year went. I said I want to fight before the PFL events came over to Newcastle. So my plan was to fight anytime from February, end of Feb to the end of March. Then I had the window of April till like June for a second one. That's what I planned. So now my schedule is just looking for from now on until, obviously, May would be like the earliest I'd like to get in. If I get one in June, would be great as well. That's the ideal, in the ideal world.
Yeah, we talked about off air. It's obviously the UK MMA scene. It's hard to get matched. I'd love to see some more shows, but there's some fantastic shows out there. FCC, I'm working closely with them. Fight Star, Almighty, Cage Steel. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities, but it's getting that right show at the right time, and that's the problem.
Yeah. Timing's been funny. Like I said, like I've had things going on. Like, obviously I do things in my life as well. So then obviously when I'm like, I can go this one, I can't do that one, I'm going to be here. I've got a wedding this day. Stuff like that. Like, I had to work around all these things. Obviously I like coach and corner some of my teammates as well. So I've been away for their fights. And then it means that I missed that. So I got offered a fight the week after me being in Aries. And the week before that I was at PFL. So that means that 2-3 weeks I haven't really. Yeah. So it just didn't work. So that's one thing that's happened. I can say that's been the major issue, really, just the timing of things.
Mm-hmm. And then hopefully, obviously, is it any time, anywhere, any show? It doesn't matter. May. That's the goal. That's the date.
Yeah. Also, like, obviously it has to be the right person as well. I'm not gonna go in there and just fight some flipping. I'm not gonna go fight John Jones like on something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like I get like some random message on Instagram. Yeah, come over to this country and yeah, fight my guy. Yeah, I'd love to. Cause on a real, I feel like I'll beat anyone. Like in my head, but that's like my ego. That's like as a man's thing, or you know what I mean, as a fighter itself. Yeah, I'll beat him. But no, my coach will be like, no, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean? These guys tell me like to knuckle down, what to do, train properly, do this. So yeah, I've even tried to take a short notice fight before, and then that kind of fell through. Like I said, what did I say? I said, yeah, I'll take a fight. Then I went and trained. I done like a little training session with my S&C coach just to see that what level I'll be at. And he was like, yeah, you're ready to go. I even posted that. So I'm ready. That's the post I think you were talking about earlier. I was like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. And then I think less than 24 hours later, that fight went on no more. And I was like, oh, crap. All right, cool. So, yeah.
It's a mixed emotions, this game, and it's crazy. Obviously, I'd hope to see you get booked soon. Hopefully in the next few days. Obviously, hopefully you get a call or something, or you know, something happens. But I'd love to see it happen. I'd love to see you fight again. It's been a long time since you've since last fought. You're probably
ideally it's mad because like what I really didn't want is to be out a year again. Like I said, I was coming off loads of confidence from my last one. I was like, yeah, this is it now. I found myself. Although I feel a lot better now. Like I'm training again today. I'm feeling good. Like I feel like I've grown from before. I've grown from last year. I've grown from my first pro, all of that stuff. So it's also a blessing, but time don't wait for nobody. So I gotta get on that. I gotta get on that boat and go again.
Yeah, absolutely agree. We'll move on from the fight talk. And as mentioned, I've like followed you around, and I saw you at the PFL Europe show, and I was like, is that Shane Campbell? I've seen him from somewhere. And I remember that obviously I've watched up in the amateurs as well. And then I was like, I recognize that guy, and I knew it was you. I was like, are you Shane Campbell? You're like, yeah. So you must have felt like, maybe I'm a bit popular, but I think what I was watching, obviously I went back to find some research, just to top up my memory and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I came across this Bet365, and that's what I should have introduced you as. This Bet365 guy, Bet365 superstar. I came across that, and I was thinking, how the hell does that opportunity ever come up?
Yeah.
And I'd love to know more about it. And how did that arise? Firstly,
it's so funny that it's mad because I forget about it. And then I can't forget about it because every minute I watch UFC, I'm on that damn screen. I'm like this. I've had enough now. But
sponsored by Bet365. That's what you're like. What's going on?
But yeah, with that nice a company on Instagram called Sport and Motion. Like I mean, I remember I liked a few of their posts, and they contacted me and said, "Oh, is this something you'll be interested in?" I was like, yeah. They literally sent me a form, just like a normal profile form, like a modeling agency or anything like that. Like to say height, what your size is, all of that. And what sports you do. You just list name of sports. Obviously, they can see that sport I do. And but I listed a few other sports that I'm interested in as well. So if you ever see me doing ballet or... I'm joking. But yeah, I listed all my netball. So yeah, listed the sports, and then they said, yeah, we'll get to you whenever a position arises or something. And then I think I done that back in like February, and then June came, and then that's when I got my literally after my fight, good timing as well. They contacted me. I said, yeah, we've got these dates. You've been selected. If you want, come down and do it. And what's mad funny is you see like Brad's in the video as well. Brad's in it, Monique and Manuela, and Jeremy Petley is who I was.
Jeremy.
That's Jeremy. Yeah. So like we're all on one team, but we didn't know we was gonna be there together. Like we all got tagged in the email, and I was like, "Is that Brad?" And then we got there, and like Brad strolls in, and we all just strolled into. It was mad. So it was a good day in the end as well.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal advert. I would just love to know how does that filming go out? Obviously, I presume it's scripted, but did you have like a say in like the movies? Because obviously you are an athlete and they are producers.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, you're going to know a little bit what to kind of make it look
yeah.
realistic for for the TV. So obviously, tell me about the script, and did you kind of have the say in that script? And obviously, was it cool filming? I know it's like a big like green screen room, if I'm correct.
Massive. It was massive. I couldn't believe how big it was. Like I was in there, I was like, whoa. And like, yeah, like it was sick. The camera was like massive as well. It's moving like some robot, like
Yeah.
it was sick. But that was just one camera. It's on a big track going across, and
Mhm.
then there was other cameras, guys running around. It's a massive team. Like it was massive. And then like yeah, we did have a say, like they like asked for tips and stuff. So for
Yeah.
example, like it was an elbow that I landed, and that's how they said they're gonna finish the fight. But there's little things in it you're not allowed to show it actually land. So it's hard to,
Yeah.
in a way, it's kind of hard to do the movement to make it look realistic, but at the same time you want it to look realistic. So so I said, no, let me just throw it and you guys catch it and edit out your way. Because at the start they was making me, I think we done something else like we done a whole sequence of a big takedown, some punches, but then it looked like everything was just too real, and it was getting messy. And the floor's not soft. Like I was like, bro, I can't slam him on this. Like, and then like it ain't cool. I think even one time when I went to take him down, bang my knee on the damn like hard floor. Like
Oh.
yeah, so I mean it's a good experience as well. But like there are like the little things there. And then funny enough, before that as well, we do like a photo shoot like in another green screen room as well. And those photos get picked for, if you go on the Bet365 app,
Yep.
there's like
Seen
little
it. The
photos.
front kick.
Yeah, they're there as well. The front kick, and yeah, there's all these other stuff in there as well. But again, it's a wicked day. Like there's so much stuff going on there. Like you see the other adverts getting done before your call time and stuff like that, like the football ones. We had basketballers in there. We had boxers in there as well. And happen to know one of the boxers as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. And obviously, I don't know whether you use Bet365, but when you go on Bet365 and you look at the MMA section, you see your front kick. Is that kind of
Yeah,
thinking?
nice.
It's a little bit funny, surreal, a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, no, it's funny. I think Cage Warriors, the London card, this is one of my friends. He's like, oh, I'm gonna put a bet on a couple of these fights. I go, what do you use?
Oh.
What do you use? He's like, yeah, I use Bet365. So he went on it. It's like this. Oh. So yeah, it's sick seeing myself there. Like I don't use Bet365, but it would make me use it a little bit more.
It is one of the biggest apps. That's what I use actually.
Yeah,
And obviously, I didn't recognize it at first, but
yeah,
then I went back and then I was like, hold on, wait a minute, let me go on there. And then I see this
yeah,
front kick, and I was like, oh my god, it's like
yeah.
Anderson Silva-esque, but it's Shane Campbell.
I ain't showed that move yet. Like, I'm gonna show. I think I showed it in one of my amateur fights, but it didn't actually land. So like, I need to get that going.
Yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool. I mean, when going through, I mean, I had looked through your Instagram. I see that where you've been, Cyprus,
Yeah,
Malta.
yeah,
And I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head, but you're obviously a really good traveler, and we talked about that
yeah,
off air. And obviously, PFL Europe. I'll quickly segue onto that. That's going to be help you because that's going to help you travel
yeah,
again because they're going to Berlin, they're going to
yeah.
Paris, they went to Newcastle the other
Been,
week.
yeah, I ain't been to Berlin yet. It's always on my bucket list as well. So I'm happy to go out there. My teammates fighting as well. Dominic Wooden, so that's sick as well.
Yeah.
Like, the last one, Simon was on it. So yeah, so it's really good to be out there as well. And again, I'm out there with my teammate as well, Nick Bagley as well. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Dominic Wooden, obviously former Cage Warriors bantamweight champion. When we were to PFL Europe, so they've got a good star on their hands. I know Davey didn't go quite his way, but he's got a lot of potential, and I'd love to see him get in there. And I mean, he was on the cusp of going to the UFC, in my opinion. And obviously he'll come back, and he's a really good fighter. He's got got them explosive hands and really good kicks, and
Yeah,
obviously
man.
just he obviously beat Nathan Fletcher as well. So he's got some really
Yeah,
good
yeah,
wins under his resume.
yeah, definitely, man. Yeah, he's bloody one of the toughest rounds in that damn gym, man. It's like in the Matrix, to be honest.
And then while we're on the topic of that, obviously we talked about PFL Europe. You love to explore, and they're going to Berlin. Talk to me about obviously how that opportunity arose. You're the man of opportunity, it seems.
It's mad again. It's what I can say. It's good. Like, although I haven't been fighting, I'm still making myself relevant in other ways.
That's
Like,
it.
so like I meet the Cutman, I met you at the last event. So I'm still around, my face is still around. Even a few people pull me up there for like the Bet365 thing. But how it started, like one of my coaches, Ash Grimshaw, he's got really good connections with PFL Europe, PFL himself. I don't know what I don't like. It's the separating of PFL Europe and y'all the same thing. Like we're same people there. You walk out the same logo. But
Yeah,
yeah,
just attach their name at the front of it.
yeah. Like, but yeah, he's got good connections with PFL, and he happened to like just ask me one day, "Oh, what are you doing? Are you free these 2 weeks? I might have an opportunity for you." And I was like, "You know what? I ain't been away yet. Why not?" And then yeah, he goes, "Yeah." Told me what it was, and I was like, "Sick," because I'm like I said, I'm a massive MMA fan as well. Like, so for me, that was like another dream job in a way. Like I was like sick, and then only thing it hinders is just me training. But when I'm going with one of my boys, me and him get our rolls in, we do our little pad work as well. So yeah, so that's how it came around really. Through Ash Grimshaw.
Yeah, you've been to quite a few shows. You've been to London last year. You've been to Cardiff, I believe.
Yeah,
You went up to Newcastle as well.
yeah.
Out of them three, obviously all the ones you've done so far. What's the favorite destination?
All right, London. I'm joking. Nah. Obviously London, where it was, just right by my house, like where the arena was and everything. Like, funny enough, I used to actually PT in the arena that they did it in. Ain't been back since, but cause I've
Was
got
it a copper
living
box?
high life now. Say that again.
Was it a copper box?
Yeah. Cause they got a
Yeah.
gym there, innit? So yeah, I was PTing in that gym. But yeah, since I've had this PFL gig, living the high life, I ain't been back. But Newcastle was fun. I enjoy it. It's like, I like that city, to be honest. It's cool. Second time I've been there. It's pretty cool up there. I would say that. Cardiff, I enjoyed Cardiff. I feel because we was with it's very different. Like the PFL Europe and then the PFL itself. Like when PFL came over last year, we was with all of the American team, American staff, the PFL people. So I made friends with all that team. And then when we was in Newcastle, none of them were there except for like 4 or 5 of them. And yeah, like although they're cool as well, but like these are good friends of mine now, and then we was out with them chilling. So the Cardiff time was probably my most fun. It was my first time, so I was fanboying a little bit, like see Rory McDonald down just like, and then having a mad having a mad convo with Ray Seth, like for time, like
Oh,
literally just gave
wow.
us time, just you know what I mean. So that was sick. So I'd say the Cardiff one again, because it's probably the first one. That was my favorite, and seeing Rory McDonald go out like that as well to my boy Delano Taylor, it was good. But obviously Delano's repping, so Jamaican, so
That's it, yeah. That's it. Delano Taylor, I've had him on the show a few times as well.
yeah,
Phenomenal fight. And obviously, the other week, I know it didn't go his way, but he's got,
yeah,
he made it to the final. If you look at his
yeah,
story
yeah,
last season in
yeah, yeah.
PFL,
No,
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
exactly.
Don't count Donald Taylor. He's
100.
a legend. I
Yeah,
love him. I think he's fantastic. He's very humble, very good to speak to. And, I think he's a fantastic fighter, and I love him.
yeah,
Not
man.
like that. No, nothing like that. But back to the PFL Europe. Who's been that favourite fighter? Obviously, if people don't know what you work, I believe it's fighter operations and stuff like that. So you help the fighters out with their weight cut, whatever they need.
Yeah.
They'll text Shane Campbell and be like, "Hello, can I have like some milk or anything like that?" And but yeah, who's been like the favourite fighter you've liked to work with throughout this whole process?
Oh man, I can't even. Bro, I can't even think like I'm even trying to think back. It's boy, it's a hard one. Like you get easygoing people like, oh, I'm gonna name drop. Dakota's so
You don't
easy
have to
going.
name drop.
She's very cool. Like she's like, yeah, man, that's fine. Boom, anything. And her and her brother, like her brother does most of the stuff. So that's like well easy. Again, Simeon, like he's my boy, so that was just simple as well. Anything like I'd even go out because Nick had him last time, so it's just all in house. Let me think of someone else I had that's random though. Bro, I can't even think. It's bad. It's bad. I feel like everyone's been mad cool. I didn't have any issues with anyone. Like I know what they're going through, and I guess that's why they picked me and Nick for this because fight week and all that is stressful, isn't it? So they know like we understand the situation. So we don't have like no bad blood with no one. Everything's pretty straightforward. So yeah, I can't give you everyone I've worked with. I'll big them all up, man. They're all sick. One other thing though, like I met I'll name drop here. Mexican guy. I was with Yair Rodriguez was what's the guy's name, man? One of his boys were fighting, or he was an alternate. I can't remember.
Yeah,
sorry,
alternate,
yeah, he was an alternate. And then he was kind of being the middleman with him and his fighter. So I was in contact with him more than anything. So yeah, so that was really cool. And that was like that was one of the easiest ones to go with as well. And the week after Newcastle, after he won his fight, he flew out to Aries to corner another guy, and he was there. He ran over to me, yo, I was like, shit, what's going on? So I can say him, even though he wasn't fighting, but he was helping in that situation. Made my life easy.
And that's what I think is good about this obviously opportunity. I think what PFL have done having you, Nick Bagley, in it, I think it's, as you put it perfectly, you're going to understand the situation. I think it's fantastic move for him because I think if you're having a fighter in fighter operations, you know what they're going through, you know not to push them as much because they're having that weight cut. So I think it's a fantastic move by PFL. And then again, obviously, you're getting your name out there, you're meeting new people, you're getting connections, and something will come of it. It's all about patience.
Yeah, nah, for real. Like if we get asked little questions, like for example, when we was given the gloves, they're like, "Oh, is this where you give the gloves?" I was like, "Yeah, we always do this. This is how it happens when we fight." Like so, yeah, spot on, man. So time will tell, man. Hopefully, something will come through, and then we'll get what I need, and you'll see me back out there soon, man.
Absolutely. My last two questions, and I've kept you for a very long time. We're going on, but not as long as a Super Shane sit down. I went back and watched this, right? And
I thought you were gonna say that earlier.
Yeah, I went back to watch one of these, and it was you and Brad Pickett. I saw it was like 54 minutes. Nick Bagley came in. I was like, when are these going to return? I want to see these come back.
You're not the only one to say it. You know what? I've been thinking about it, but I want to get like I want to go in a proper like studio or something and do it there. I was doing it for my room. It was lockdown, innit? So the backdrop was good. I had my little Bellator banner at the back, and it was at the start. It was meant to just be banter. I didn't even know what I was gonna do. I remember because I was like doing some crazy videos online. I used to be like proper wild on Instagram, and especially lockdown. I was just doing anything, and I used to have laughing, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go live and just be crazy. And in the end, I was like, no, let me just do something, and then I started that. So I have been thinking about it. But then I feel like you do this kind of stuff and I need to make it a bit different. Do you know what I mean? There is so many out there. I listen to them a lot. Like yours is sick. I love your backdrop on this as well. It's sick. Like so that's been the main reason why I didn't keep up with it. I like to be a bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of shows and a lot of podcast talks that are obviously up and down the world and stuff like that. I feel like what you got good chemistry, good banter,
Yeah.
entertaining, and obviously you got a lot of friends that you could bring on, and obviously
Yeah.
it would help. And I understand what you mean with a studio. I think that would be more because obviously it'd be good, and obviously a little bit of a production as
Yeah.
well. That I feel like that would be fantastic. But I'd love to see
Yeah.
that back.
Yeah.
In the little room. I mean, I don't know how much the studio would be in London. I know it won't be cheap.
Yeah. Well, it's not even about the studio, to be honest. I feel like my main problem was that obviously I was outside again. The free time wasn't as much, and I know that there are a lot of, it's basically another podcast, wasn't it? Like obviously it was live on Instagram, but I feel like loads of people did it. It was good for like people that are on my Instagram that don't know as much as in MMA, and like some of my friends, they know that I do it, but they don't know much more about MMA. So when they were seeing like Brad and all these other people, they're like, "Oh, that was sick." And then I had Richie, one of my teammates, on it again. One of the old time guys from like one of Brad's old boys, long time in the gym. Ash's good friend. He actually part of getting us that PFL gig as well. So I got to shout him out as well. His interview, everyone loved it. Like they said, no, that was sick. His story was really good. Like how he started, how he come from New York to here. So yeah, it was cool. And like I said, my friends thought, yeah, it was sick, and they didn't know all this about MMA. So yeah, I might make a comeback. It's been a while now, though. It's 2020, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a longer while, but you know, it does obviously as well. It doesn't have to be strictly MMA as well. It could be like you could bring in other personas on boxing.
Yeah.
I know that's still combat sports, but
no, you're right. You're right. You know, because of the name wasn't really MMA. It was Super Shane Sit Down, so I could be talking to anyone. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
right.
there's a fighter from Sunderland, Cal Eleanor. He used to have one, and he would just smoke and then just talk.
Oh yeah.
I forgot what it might have been, the hot boxing with Cal or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was just entertaining. I feel like fans like to watch that sort of stuff because then again they get like a deeper understanding of you. They get to know you as more of like a a relation, like, well, not relationship, but they get to understand you more like personally. I know it's still through a screen, but you know.
No, totally, man, totally. Yeah, no, it is a thing. I should even start. I might start doing it again. And I even like,
I got inspired.
You have, you know. I'm just gonna lie. I was gonna say you're making me emotional. Like you've got me. Yeah, no, you've inspired me by like bringing other thoughts to my head. Like just a second, that quick. I've got a few visions in my head already. So yeah.
Exactly. Don't release it too yet. Don't let everyone know.
Yeah, no,
keep it to yourself. But yeah, my last question. Obviously, you're a football fan. You're a Premier League fan. Obviously, you support Arsenal.
Yeah,
they're top of the league.
I was actually gonna wear my Arsenal shirt, but you know what?
I'm a West Ham fan. You're an Arsenal fan, and it pains me. Absolutely pains me to see you at the top of the league. I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. But we'll talk about you. Talk about Arsenal on your side of you. I know you're top of the league. Man City have a game in hand against West Ham, I believe. So we kind of need to do you a favour.
I was at the West Ham game the other day as well. Do you know? My granddad's was a West Ham fan, innit? I live in East London. I live 5 minutes from I go to West Ham games loads.
Oh yeah,
but
secret West Ham fan.
Nah. I've always they're close to my heart. Like what I'll do is I'll watch the results. Arsenal win, yeah. How's West Ham doing? That's how I'll be. Like, they have to win as well, but not when they play Arsenal. That's the thing. But yeah, I'm really gutted with what's happened recently. Like in my eyes, it was too good to be true that Arsenal win the league. Arsenal do tend to mess up, but that's what I'm used to as of recent. There is a little bit of hope left, but I do like City are looking amazing at the moment. So I'm bloody scared, and I'm hoping my second team does us a favour.
But momentum can kill everything, man. Obviously, if you look at your momentum right now, drawing against West Ham, we done Man City a huge favour, and their game in hand is literally against West Ham. So we need to do you a favour now. But yeah, I'm pretty sure West Ham fans won't want Arsenal to win the league.
But with that, like I'm looking at the patterns of everything. This is the same thing that happened when we dropped to second earlier on in the season, back in February. If you remember, we lost to Everton, Obviously, this time we haven't lost, but we lost to Everton, drew to Brentford, then we had City, lost, and then became 1 point behind. So now it's looking very similar to that again. This time it's the 2 draws. They've got closer. If we don't win tomorrow and then we play them again, it's that same 1 point difference thing again. So I feel that's either going to repeat itself or it's just that City game's going to be trouble. That's the main thing. Obviously,
one, yeah.
going up to Newcastle's scary as well. We haven't got the best fixtures coming up, but yeah, it's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. We made it hard for ourselves. If we won these other games, then it would have been the Liverpool game. Is fine for me. It's mainly that West Ham game. We should have won that game.
Yeah. I mean, dropping points to West Ham is not great. And you were 2-0 up, and that's been the story of the last two fights. Last two games.
And cruising. Like I said, Liverpool game, at the end of the day, they're Liverpool. I didn't expect to win that game. So that was one of my games was, I'll take a draw. I remember we was out, like, with my family and friends. We were like, if we can draw this game now, and we can leave, forget our having a good day.
Yeah.
You leave, would you do it? Or would you play the game and potentially lose? I said, I'll go right now if we can 100% draw. We were up 2-0, living the high life, and then obviously drew. So in the end, I wasn't upset because I was like, I'm happy for the draw. We nearly lost. So that was a good result for me. It's just that game last week.
And then just quickly, do you think you're going to hold on? And obviously, if you do hold on, what would that mean if Arsenal win the league?
Boy, I'll cancel my fight. I'm partying. If we win that league, like, oh, that's different. I can't even imagine that. I can't imagine it. It'll be crazy. But honestly, like, I'm not as excited anymore. I feel like I'm like kind of protecting myself and kind of getting into a shell, thinking, yeah, it's kind of done. Like in the stadium last week, me and my friend sat there. I looked at him and go, it's done, it's finished. I've been singing top of the league all season, partying, like jumping up and down every time we score. But I think it's coming to an end. Honestly, that's just me, like, protecting myself. Like, if we do win it, it's the City game. If we win the City game, then I'm gonna be like, get me back on here. We're gonna win, yeah. But
yeah. Well, that's pretty much everything I have to talk to you. I appreciate your time. I know we've been on here for a very long time. We even spoke before this for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for keeping you for so long. It's been a great chat. Obviously, I thank you for your time. It's an absolute pleasure to speak to you. And hopefully we can catch up soon when you have a fight announced.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'll keep you in the loop with that. Let you know what's all going on. But thanks for having me on, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Like I said, because I haven't had any fights. I haven't had any media on me. I haven't had no one to speak to. No one knows what's going on. They just see me, they question me, and that's it. So, no, I really appreciate it because I would like to let a few people know. Like, I've even had someone say, what, are you not fighting them or are you just coaching them? I was like, no. Like, so it does help. So I really appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're welcome to come at any time. Whether it's we talk about football, anything, we'll be I'm absolutely welcome to have you on. And obviously, hopefully, get that fight booked. I'd love to see you fighting back soon. It's been too long. and obviously, you can't get that right. So, hopefully, if there's someone watching this, like promotion or anything like that, get Shane on the card.
I forgot to mention, I've also been toying with the idea of moving down to flyweight as well, to open the options. So
there we have it.
Yeah. So
So you're going down to obviously. I mean, I have so many questions. I can go on, but obviously, what is that? Obviously, cut down to 135. If you're thinking about going down to 125, then
so the cuts are it is all right. My last one wasn't the greatest, but there was things going on. Like obviously, I could have been a bit more disciplined with it because I'm so used to making 135. I don't walk around too heavy, so I was like, yeah, I'll make it. And then going out to Cyprus, my flight was delayed. I got there like 2 hours before weigh-in, so I didn't even have time to cut. And then obviously I'm carrying all the extra weight from the flight, so then it just turned out like horrible. But I feel like obviously it will be a challenge for me to go down there, But I feel like with me being disciplined, having my disciplined mind on, I haven't fought for so long, so I'll probably be like super disciplined to get down there. I feel like I can do it. When I've made like 135 before, I've always felt like, I'm not drained. I can actually get down. Like Brad said it to me before. He put it in my ear by the end of last year and goes, yeah, I think you can make 125. So yeah, that's also an option now. So it makes it easier for me should make it easier for me to find a fight with 2 divisions there. The only thing is I need a bit more time probably to make 125.
Absolutely. If there's any promotions out there, ladies and gentlemen, get Shane Campbell on the card. I'd love to see him fight £135 or £125. But yeah, this is it. Hopefully, if there's a promotion out there watching, hopefully we can get you on that card.
Yes, man, that'll be great.
Let's see him back fighting. Shane Campbell, an absolute pleasure. I wish you best of luck, and obviously thank you so much.
Nice one, bro. Love.
Thank you.